the third episode of Polar Nerds Podcast with your hosts, me, Cinemas Gaming, and over here we've got Wrecked, Get Wrecked Nerd.
Hello, everyone.
So we have a special guest tonight. Our first guest is a streamer streamer by the name of Mortamar Kahn. Mortimer has been a very big supporter of both mine and Rex streams. He has helped us with followers. He has shouted us out several times. So he is going to be a guest tonight. So we are trying to get him in here. And I don't know how well that's going to work, but we're trying to get him in here. So, but also I did say the other night, we were going to do the podcast tonight because I was gone last night because I was getting ink. So I do get to reveal the ink tonight. So let me stand up or pull back a little bit and let's lower the cam just a little bit. And there she is. There is the logo. Now, the artist did screw up a little bit. He colored in right here when he wasn't supposed to, but they're going to get that fixed. But I mean, that all said and done. Other than that, I mean, it is. I think it turned out really well, and everything. He was like, I don't know how I'm gonna do the lightning. I was like, dude, just color it in, just purple. Go purple. As long as it's purple, I don't care.
As long as it's purple.
As long as it's purple,
right? Just purple.
Purple when it comes to Finn, everything is purple. So yeah. So we are waiting on Mortimer to get in here real quick. So while we're doing, we're just gonna chat while we get him in here. So what have you been up to, man?
Working. Started a new job, so I've been pretty busy with that. Working. Catching up on the Falcon and the Winter Soldier.
Yes.
Yes.
I have so much to go over on that because I've been doing a little bit of Marvel research today.
Yeah, good. Because you need to focus on what's going to happen. Because I can already tell you what I think is going to happen. So
well, yeah, I'll give my theory. I'll give my theory when we get into that. So Mortimer's only going to be with us for about an hour. So the first hour we'll be kind of interviewing and spotlighting Mortimer and everything. So that and then after we get done with that, then the last part, then everybody we will be kind of going over. Falcon and the Winter Soldier, some geek news. One of the things that we will be probably going over the next episode is a review of Godzilla versus Kong.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, because that drops Wednesday night. So
whose side are you on? I gotta ask.
Oh God,
that's a tough one. Like
it is because I grew up watching both Kong and Godzilla. I'm thinking I'm going to go more Team Godzilla because Godzilla was. I mean, there was more movies of Godzilla, and that was always the one. I didn't watch a whole lot. I watched the Kong movies and everything, but not like repeatedly all the time. My thing was I always watched Godzilla versus Rodan, Godzilla versus Mothra, Godzilla versus Mechagodzilla, Godzilla versus all the kaiju.
Yeah.
So we'll be going over that. Another thing that we'll be going over in the next hour, in the second hour, is the trailer for the Suicide Squad dropped yesterday. The official trailer dropped, and the big villain was shown in that trailer.
I did not see the trailer, honestly, so you'll have to go over it with me.
Yeah. Well, one of the things I want to work on with this Discord is actually going to be sharing my screen, so where I can go and upload a video from YouTube or something like that, and get that.
There he is.
There you go.
Get his cam. Where's your camera at, dude?
I'm turning it on right now.
Not a problem.
There you go.
There, it's starting to boot up. We're waiting for the road.
So real quick, while that's booting up, I just want to say, first of all, Mortamar Kahn, you are our very first guest on the Polar Nerds podcast. Everyone say yay!
Yay!
Woo!
Oh, I'm excited. Thank you for having me on, fellas.
So thank you. First of all, thank you. This is a big deal for us. This is our, like I said, you're our very first guest. So first, we're gonna just chat about you, honestly, and
it's all about you, baby.
Right? It's spotlight on Mortamar Kahn. You guys watching my minor Finn's, please go follow this guy. He is an awesome guy.
Yeah,
he has shouted mine and Finn's channels out so much. He's done so much to help us out. So we really do appreciate everything you've done. So
I appreciate you guys, man. I appreciate the support, especially that both of you guys came very early in my channel's existence and showed out for me. So I appreciate you guys a lot. It really it means a lot to be the first guest on the show. Thank you guys.
Well,
Yeah, if we just get your cam up so everybody can see.
I know.
I think you might have to. Are you using Streamlabs?
Yeah, but I exited out of it.
Okay, you may still have to go in and deactivate your cam in it.
Oh, okay.
We
All right.
apologize
That's what I have to do.
for the technical difficulties. Please stand by.
We interrupt the broadcast.
All right, we interrupt your podcast to bring you this. So we
anyways,
will.
While we get him back. So yeah, but the big villain was revealed in that trailer, man,
Oh yeah.
and I'm excited because this is a villain I never thought that they would bring into the DCEU, at least not this early.
So we'll get to that here in a minute, but let's real quick. Pierce Brosnan as Dr. Fate, because we've been talking about Dr. Fate coming into the DC universe, and you broke the news to me, and I was like, who is it? And as soon as
the only cast that was announced too, because they did cast Hawk Girl. Hawkman.
There he is. There he is.
we go.
So,
all right.
The Polar Nerds podcast. So this is Mortamar Kahn. Like I said, he has been a big supporter of ours. A bit mine and Rex. He's always shining his mouth. So we want, when we first talked about doing this podcast, one of the first people the first person we talked about was having Mortimer Kahn on here.
Yeah, definitely.
So first off, Mortimer, tell us a little bit about yourself, man. Tell us how you got into this, into the streaming game, into Twitch, and stuff like that, man.
Oh man, so it was. I really only started using Twitch a lot around the beginning of the pandemic. I was on it casually through the last year of school. I had traveled to Arizona to go and do my last year of university, and then during the pandemic, I came back. I was visiting my family when everything kind of went down.
Oh wow!
And then I wind up sticking around here, yeah. And but then through that time, I was like, well, I'm sitting around, I'm playing all these games, and I was doing a lot of gaming and a lot of stuff on Twitch. I was like, I might as well give it a shot. So I winded up giving it a shot, and yeah, the support early on was huge. And yeah, things just kind of one thing after another just fell into line, and it's been awesome. I wanted to create a safe space for all of my friends and for any new friends that I made to be able to hang out safely and just talk gaming, just talk about a bunch of stuff,
Yeah, and I think that's where kind of a lot of us, we come into this at is, me and Rick, we have the same philosophy on this. Is we're gonna play games regardless.
Yeah.
So we might as well get paid to do this.
Yeah.
Amen.
And with me, I'm going to be 42 in a few days, and I've always said, there's these teenagers out here who are making thousands of millions of dollars playing video games, and I've been playing since the Atari 2600 came out, and I'm not making anywhere near that amount. I'm not even making anything playing these games. And so, for years I said, I'm going to do this. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do this. And then I met a good friend of mine who's also a streamer that I hope to have on here one day. His name's Cerebral Asylum. And the guy's older than me. And he's like, dude, I'm making like $500 extra a month. And I'm like, really? He's like, yeah. I was like, well, hell, if he can do it, I can do it. And that's, how I got into this. And that's when Reg followed me into this and stuff like that. Now, one of the things I noticed, Mortimer, is you play a lot of Pokemon. And so I want to ask, how did you come across wanting to use Pokemon as?
Hold on, can I ask a question? Is this the Finn and Rect, or is just the Finn? Mort, the most important question that I think everyone wants to know that watches this podcast: Marvel or DC?
Oh, choose your words wisely.
No.
Kidding.
I like Marvel's heroes better than DC's villains.
Okay, that's good. That's a good answer. Good answer.
So we were going to talk about this later. But Mark, did you see who the villain is? The big villain is for the new Suicide Squad.
No.
So the trailer dropped yesterday, and it is Starro.
Really?
This is a character I didn't think that DCEU would bring in so quickly, but it's because they're showing this thing pop out of the earth, and this guy goes, "Oh man, we got a freaking kaiju out here!" And it pans back, and you see Starro out there fighting the Suicide Squad.
Yo, that's really cool. That's gonna be really sick.
Yeah. So back to my question now.
We can round robin these. It's okay. It doesn't have to just be you, Finn.
It's got to be a round robin. This is a dude thing. This is a dudism thing. It's a round robin. So me and Rex are big Lebowski fans. We're big Lebowski fans.
Yes.
Yes, me and Finn are actually ordained as a dudist priest. Did you know that?
Are you?
Yes.
Yo, that's hilarious. That's awesome.
Go ahead and ask your question.
I get to go officiate a wedding because I'm ordained in Dudism. See, there's
awesome.
his, and I'll be getting mine soon.
Oh, I need to get ordained.
All you have to do, honestly, all you have to do is go on the website and type your name in. Really.
All you have to do, really.
Hell yeah.
It is literally like the dude is like, okay, cool, you're in. I mean, like,
hell yeah.
Anyways, how did you get into doing Pokemon as the game you chose to stream?
Well, I've been playing Pokemon since Red came out. I was 11. I'm 34. I turned 35 in July. So I remember vividly like playing the original Red for Game Boy. And I've been playing I had a couple of lapses here and there. I would say notably from 05 to 08, I stopped playing, but then I got back into it when the remakes started coming out, and I was like, oh, these are were a lot of visual upgrades and stuff. So I started getting back into it, and I've been playing it really ever since. So, it was a logical transition. The first game I actually ever really played on stream was Skyrim, and because I love the Elder Scrolls lore.
Oh yes.
Yep.
The lore is so deep. I actually helped. We'll talk about this later, but I helped a friend write fan fiction.
Oh, fantastic!
That he was doing for So I
what type of fan fiction, What type of fan fiction?
No, listen.
Yeah, we weren't doing 50 Shades of Grey.
Right.
50 Shades of Grey more?
Yeah. Oh my God. Yeah. So we winded up. I winded up doing that a little bit way back in the day, and but then I was like, it was the logical transition was I play Pokemon a lot, and I wanted more people to find these ROM hacks I've been playing. There's a great developer, Dreyano60. Or he just goes as Dre. He's a British developer, and he's found a perfect system to set up these ROM hacks where he's turned up the difficulty, but it doesn't change the spirit of the game, the base game. He just, I don't know. He updated it to today's standards of game, but it still keeps that core of Pokemon. And a lot of people don't know about these ROM hacks. So I really just wanted to put the ROM hacks out there as well and be like, hey, if you guys are Pokemon fans like myself, go ahead and play these ROM hacks. They're very good games. So, and that's how that took off.
Yeah, I didn't get into Pokemon, but I got into like me and Finn got into like Magic the Gathering, and I know we've had several battles with that. So
I love me some Magic. Yeah. I used to be a big time Commander player. I had a pod that we used to get. We used to get together we used to get together weekly for like 3 years.
Wow,
that was a lot of fun. Yeah.
No, I know one thing that you've mentioned is D&D, and me and Finn have, like I said, and that's my brother right there. So we have played long, crazy campaigns on D&D. So, I mean, what's the appeal of D&D to you? I mean,
the ability to craft craft a universe. The most completed campaigns I have is actually as a DM and not as a player.
Yeah.
And what appealed to me about being a DM is the ability to craft my own universe and have other people enjoy that universe.
Yeah.
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 That's the biggest appeal. Just getting together with friends, sitting down on a Friday night or Saturday afternoon, and
With us,
making
it was
these
almost every
characters.
night.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I wish.
We did for a while. We had a game, and we were almost every. It was literally almost every night we were playing. It was.
Yeah, we would be either at my house or Rex's house. And
That's really
I mean, it
cool,
was
though.
me, my ex-wife, his roommate, his brother, it was like we had probably about 8 people that we played, and me and Rex would take turns DMing all the time, and it was total chaos because we had one friend that it was his goal to break our game that we would set up.
Yeah.
There's always one that it's like, oh really? Here's the rules.
Remember when playing D&D? Always ask Venomous about the black cow. Always.
No, that wasn't D&D. That was just a road trip going to.
It's a running joke we've had, but always ask him about the black cow.
It's a black sheep, man.
Okay. So, Mort, I know your interests go outside, and one of the things that caught my attention when I was first watching your stream back in around Christmas, I believe Christmas Eve was the first time I caught your stream. You're also you're not just a streamer. You have a band.
Oh yeah. We're called Ego Death. I actually have a couple of my mods are my bandmates.
Oh wow,
nice.
Yeah. Can I post a link?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
This is available for free download too. It's completely free. Give it a listen. It's instrumental. We do metal, and it's like a mix of old school hardcore punk and metal.
Oh yeah, I've listened to it. It's fantastic, honestly.
Oh,
and that's just my opinion. No, it's really good. And Mort does like if you go and read the credits, Mort is like on every little bit. He does a little bit of everything, so he's all over the place with it. So
I appreciate that. Yeah, we worked really hard on that. That's what defined the early pandemic was my guitarist and I wound up. We like limited our contacts for like a month and a half, and then decided around July to just meet up once a week, and fire this thing out. By then, testing. I live in Jersey, and by then testing was better and stuff, and we were able to make sure that we were being safe. But he was the only person I wound up meeting up with for like 2 months because we wanted to get this record down.
Yeah.
My bassist recorded remotely, and anyone else involved with the record recorded remotely. So it was a little bit of a challenge, but it was a great experience. And that's actually what got me. I made affiliate right before that stream, and that stream popped off. We did an album release stream, and that was like the first time where I had where it was like, oh wow, okay, this is a thing now, and this is a thing, I guess. Like the whole thing was we were really working towards releasing that album and having the stream, but then after that, it turned into like, oh, okay, so now I can't stop. Like,
yeah, and that's kind of the sign of the times that we live in now is a lot of things are done remotely, and that's a lot of why people are doing getting into streaming and stuff like that. It's because we're stuck home.
Yeah,
a lot of people are stuck home. And I mean, really, this is now the time of the streamer. You're finding other ways to try to make money, and because you really can't go out
or just connect with people. I know. I know. For me, when I first, I was like, man, I don't know if I want to do this. I'm not. I've never wanted to be like the front guy, but Venomous is like, come on, man, if I can do it, you can do it. You got this. And then, of course, like watching Mort, and people like him, the Real War Hamsters, another guy I got to shout out. If you guys haven't followed him, he's super awesome and super helpful. He will help you set up your streams, and He will help you set up your displays and all that. So he's just a real cool guy. But just watching guys like that, and it's like, man, it's really. Do you enjoy the game you're playing? And for me, um, I always play games I love. Now, if I don't get a million followers, that's fine. I'll be fine with that. But I want to like. I've been playing an old school game lately, and I just love the game. Like I don't. It doesn't matter if other people really like it. But I think that's what matters most to me. With streaming, how do you feel, Mort? I mean, what is the what do you enjoy the most about streaming? I guess is the question.
The interaction with people, just trying to make, because we've all had, like Finimus said, we've all had rough days since this whole thing started. Like
Man.
this thing has not been easy, and if I can while I'm playing or whatever make somebody smile at home and that was having a bad day, I did my job. Like that's ultimately what I want. I want everybody to come in, let your problems go at the door, have a good time in the stream. Go crazy. Rage responsibly now, but rage. Just rage.
Rex, don't break anything.
Hey, hold on. Hold on now. Hold on. I didn't get the.
There's a story to this. There's a story to this.
Wrecked is in the title, so you get what you get.
So, long time ago, back when me and my ex-wife were married, Wrecked was staying with us for a little while, and it was on PS2, had Madden, and it was one of his favorite games, and we decided to
play. At the time, I have not played Madden in years, but
at the time. And there's reasons why this is one of the reasons he doesn't play Madden anymore. So he's playing as the Dallas Cowboys that he's created. Thanks for the follow there, Lord Alfred Faulkner. So he's playing the Dallas Cowboys. He's beefed up.
Oh, he also followed me as well. Thank you. Sorry.
But he's beefed this team up. I'm playing as the computer-generated Green Bay Packers, and this is in what 2001, 2000. No.
It was still when Brett Favre was on the team. Let me just say, it's all about Brett Favre, and this conversation can continue.
And I am nailing like 60-yard, 70-yard bombs offhanded, and just nailing them in.
The problem is, I had two people on the line, and I dropped everyone back in coverage, and he is just nailing it every time. Every time. And I'm like, there's nothing more I can do. I'm following his guy with my character. He's just killing me. He can't
score because I'm blitzing him every play.
And then...
He's getting mad.
Yeah. It was a tough game, and we're just going to leave it at that.
He's mad. He gets mad, and he's like, "Damn this!" And he throws my controller, not his controller, my controller, and hits the wall. It just doesn't shatter; it evaporates against the wall.
Adam smashed it. Absolutely, Adam smashed it.
So he and I have not played Madden together since that
and we
day.
will never play Madden again. I promise.
In fact, when I started streaming, and me and him started streaming, doing streams together and stuff like that, my wife goes, "Why don't y'all play Madden?" I was like,
"No, we'll play. We can play. We can play My Little Pony, but we will not play Madden. Okay, I will play any other game but Madden."
Yeah, I feel you on that. No, I feel you on that. Like. Especially, there's a YouTuber I've been watching a lot lately, Ryan Moody 21, and he posts these videos of some of the gameplay issues that game has.
Ugh.
Oh boy.
I've tried to stay away from that, but like I said, the name Wrecked is in the title, so I get frustrated. I when people start saying they're raging on games, I'm like, that's not raging. Let me show you raging. Let me go back and show you some raging, because I've done it. I've been there.
No, that game will make you do it. That game will definitely do it.
Oh yeah.
For sure.
So you've been streaming roughly a year, correct?
Since October, so 6 months.
Wow. You've only been streaming about a month more than I have.
Yeah.
Oh, awesome.
I started October. I think it was October 1st. Right at the very beginning of October. So about 6 months, yeah.
And the first stream I caught was on Christmas Eve. I remember that. And they were
stuck
playing
for the holidays,
Crusader
so
Kings 3, and you were doing the tutorial. And I was like, I got to watch this game because I wanted. And I went and bought that game because of that stream right there.
So it was a lot of fun, that stream, because I was like, well, it's Christmas Eve. I'm stuck at home. I bet you. And a couple of the mods have messaged me privately. They're like, yeah, we're home for the holidays because we're not going anywhere. I'm like, well, then I'll go live. I'll just turn on the stream. I haven't played. I picked it up on Cyber Monday.
Oh, yeah.
And I said, oh, well, I'm going to try this game out because I'm a huge fan of the YouTuber Madrybread. He's actually the guy that got me to buy this game because I've been watching his series on, he's doing a Wes Exian campaign.
Oh, wow.
And he does a lot of Pokemon Challenge stuff too. So he's a big crossover guy. He's a variety YouTuber. So I was like, well, I'm buying this game and I guess I'll play it on Christmas Eve. That's the perfect opportunity. Like, what's the worst thing? Like, it's Christmas and the stream, a lot of people showed up.
Yeah.
And it was awesome. That was probably like one of my favorite streams because all of us in the community kind of rallied together in that stream and hung out. It was a blast.
It was hilarious. Y'all were cracking me up that whole stream.
Yeah.
So what I want to ask, kind of ask you about is, so you've only been streaming about 6 months. So it was a few months in, you made affiliate. What was it like when you got that email saying you had made affiliate?
Oh, I lost it. It was okay. So I got so excited, I forgot to end stream. So my stream ran for an hour after I did the raid. I never hit end stream on Streamlabs, but I freaked. It was like 2 a.m. because I got off at 1, and it was like 2 a.m. and I got the email and I just like freaked out. I was like,
oh wow.
I'm scrambling through my stuff. I'm doing paperwork and stuff. I'm like, yo, what is this? I can't believe it. It was wild. It was one of the best. That was awesome.
That is similar to when I got affiliate. That was kind of the same thing. Rex, you're getting there, bud. 9 more. So you guys,
eight more. 8 people, guys. I am 8 people away, and I'm just going to shamelessly plug myself. 8 people from 50 to make affiliate, guys. So feel free, please. Just follow. It's as Mort says, follow. It's free. I mean,
that's it.
Yeah. It don't cost you anything to follow.
It doesn't cost you anything to follow, and it helps us determine what content you guys like.
Yeah.
What you guys are into, what you're not into, a lot of things.
That's like with me. When I started out, I was doing a lot of Fortnite, Among Us, and then I got Dixper and started playing Phasmophobia, and my stream loves to watch me jump and scream like a little girl.
Your Phasmophobia streams are phenomenal.
And that's where I was like, okay, so I was like, well, I guess I'm going horror genre. So, I mean, a lot of my games are all horror-based,
You had some good stretches of Fortnite, though. I would watch your streams, and you would have some good stretches where you and a crew would win some games.
Oh, yeah. That one night that we won 4 in a row.
Oh, wow.
I was like, oh, wow. I was like, holy crap. And he's like, what? I was like, dude, I've been playing Fortnite for 3 years. Was it 3 in a row? It was 3 in a row. I thought it was 4. Anyways, I was like, dude, I've been playing Fortnite for like 3 years, and I've never won 3 in a row.
Just a shout out, that is the off-camera producer, KLP, for Venomous, and she doesn't get enough credit for what she does. There you go, KLP.
That was the Hellspawn Allen.
Oh, I'm sorry.
But she's over here. She's playing Fortnite.
Oh.
But, Rex says you don't get the recognition you deserved as producer. She just smiled and laughed.
Funny.
I mean, my wife has been one of my biggest supporters. I mean, she is, and I mean, but Devour and
Devour is fun. We got to get you in a game and play.
Faz or Devour. Oh my god, dude, we have so much.
I'd be down for a game of Faz. I haven't played it, but watching it is a lot of fun.
Oh, it's even more fun when you start playing it because then you start talking smack to the ghosts and to each other.
They made it more difficult, so I'm a little.
I figured out some of the things to do.
I'm a little more scared about, not necessarily scared, but I'm a little more tentative about playing the game. So,
but when I got that email for affiliate, I was like, and in fact, what was funny was that night I got it. I didn't end my stream. I got my stream summary, and it said I dropped to 2.9. I was like, oh crap! And I'd held that 3.0 for like 3 or 4 days, and I was like, oh I'm almost there. And then that night I looked at my stream summary, it's 2 point. I was like, whatever. Woke up the next morning and I had another email from Twitch saying you've made affiliate. And I was like, oh my God. I mean, I was like, I'm looking at my wife. She's working, so she works from home. She's on the computer. She's on the call. I'm like, doing this number at her, and she's like, "What?" I throw. I'm like, give her my phone. I was like, look. She looks at it. And we just both like. So I mean, that day she was already making FinimusGaming.com. She was already going making my web. I mean, she was already making my social media campaign.
Do you have a command for all that? I could check out.
I have a Dixper.
He doesn't.
Well, if you go to my webpage, which is www.finimusgaming.com, which I will put that in my chat.
He has merchandise, but he doesn't have a command. So
we gotta get him a command.
I need to get a good buy. So that's the website right there.
You got to get with Mort. Mort has all kinds of awesome commands. I like just going.
Take credit for all of them. My mods are really good with that.
Yeah, I like going on and just like throwing a fire and war every once in a while, or
just the hell out of me once in a while.
Right? Yeah, just to let him know I'm there.
Sitting there, I'm deep focus, and I just fire and war. And I'm like, oh shit.
But that's the link to my webpage. That's got all my social medias and stuff like that on it. And like she had that all made.
Clean, man.
By the time I got home, she already had those taken. And she's like, I now own you. And I'm like, we're married. You've owned me before this.
Yeah, amen.
But I mean, it was the same kind of thing with me. Now, the only thing we got to do is we got to get wrecked there. He like said, he only needs 8 more.
We'll get him.
We're 8 away. Also, what and Mort, since you're the first guest, when I've actually have a design guy working on it. We're gonna get a design for Polar Nerds podcast. And as soon as we get shirts made, you get a free one first guest.
Yeah, I appreciate that. And
I think even on the back, I'm going to put number 1 guest.
I appreciate that.
And
man.
then we'll get that to you, man. Just as soon as we
will rep that on stream hardcore.
Yeah. So definitely, I think I want to try and get our guest T-shirts or something for being on. So we really appreciate it. So.
Hell yeah, I appreciate you guys for having me on.
No problem, man.
Yeah.
We're like I said, we're just 2 old nerds, and we just like to sit around and talk about
3. 3. 3. There's a third one here.
I mean, like one of the things, like last week we talked about the Snyder Cut coming out, and then the first episodes of Falcon and the Winter Soldier, which we're going to get into the second episode here later. The first one we were just talking about Marvel DC stuff that's going to out. We're going to start getting into the Lord of the Rings and stuff like that are coming out. Star Trek.
Yeah.
Star Trek or Star Wars, Mort?
Oh yeah, that's another big question.
I've watched more Star Wars.
Okay.
But every time I watch Star Trek, there's never a bad experience. Yeah. Whereas I remember those prequels coming out, and those prequels were brutal. I have to say Star Trek.
Yes. Yes. See, this is why we're called Polar Nerds, because Finn is like DC and Star Wars, and I like those things, right? Like I like them. But I am more Star Trek and Marvel, obviously with my Captain America stuff in the background there.
Yeah.
But we're really good friends, and that's the kind of thing that kind of ties us together. Is like we're opposites, but we like a lot of the same thing, and we can like bounce ideas, and it's just been.
It's our passion. Like I mean, he and I are big fans of DBZ, and it's really wrecked, and his brother that got me into that was Dragon Ball Z, and it's been a love of mine ever since then.
Yeah.
Love of mine ever since then.
Dragon Ball Z is phenomenal. I actually went back and started watching the abridged series.
Did you?
That was a lot of fun.
This Dragon Ball Super or Dragon Ball Z Kai?
No. This guy winded up dubbing his own, like, he pretty much condensed them to 6 to 7 minute episodes and just overdubbed them. But it was done in a way where he kept really true to the lore, but it's hilarious. Like he does it in it's part comedy, but he sticks a lot to the main like story arcs.
That's kind of what I've gotten with Dragon Ball Super is it's more comedy than it is.
Yeah.
More. I mean, Super is awesome. I really do like Super, with the introduction of like Hit and everything. But it's a lot of it's more comedy. They've made like Vegeta and Goku a little bit more campy in this. I mean, Goku's always been campy. Goku has always been campy. He's always been kind of a little bit, but they've made Vegeta a little bit campy in Super.
What? No.
Vegeta was intense.
No.
Vegeta is not. No, I am telling you, Rick. Vegeta is not as intense in this as he is in Dragon Ball Z.
We don't want it.
No, but they've done it in a way where it's like he's still striving to be better than Goku.
Mm-hmm.
But like him and Goku end up going in training together, so he can be better than Goku.
Well, that's his one goal is to beat Goku. Like he doesn't care about the rest of the universe. He just wants to beat Goku.
Yeah, it's good. It's good, but it's a little little bit more campy. Yeah, but it's still pretty good. It's still really good.
Yeah,
but I mean,
good watch. I only got to see one episode, so I got to give it an honest watch.
Oh, it's really, really good. It gets into a little bit more lore and expands on that lore because then they kind of do their own multiverse type thing. Yeah. And it's but the way that they explain it and everything else, it really makes a lot of sense for that universe.
Okay, Mort. So I know you're like a history buff like me, a little bit, yeah. And you picked the name Mortimer Kahn. Tell us about how you came across the name.
Are you guys Rocco's Modern Life fans?
Yes.
I was not much of a Nick kid growing up.
What? Okay. Venomous, we can't be friends anymore. Just cut him off stream. Cut him off.
You know the episode where they wind up trying to tap in and they meet Genghis Khan's flunky cousin Mortimer, who is a sheep herder, and he winds up possessing the house.
Yeah,
he possesses Rock's house. That's what my name is after, the guy that botched it and winded up possessing the main character's house.
Oh, that's amazing. That's fantastic.
Oh my God. That's great, man. That is great.
Yeah. Yeah, that's where my name's from.
Genghis Khan's flunky.
Which is, if you've seen my CK3 stuff, that checks out.
Hey man, I like to think I'm really good at games like that, and I am just every game I play I get tore up. Tore up.
Yeah.
I do pretty good.
I almost lost my campaign, but
I actually do
salvage it by a thread.
Oh God, man, that game is just Venomous. You have to get that game. You got to play with us, Venomous.
Oh, we're gonna play. Yeah. We want to set up a massive game.
Listen, so hold on. If I get to 50 followers, or when I get to 50 followers, we're going to bully Venomous into getting this game and playing with us. So you guys heard me say that. I'm live.
We have to. Thanks for the raid, Party of 7, and thanks for resubscribing for the second month.
Hey, there it is.
All right, let's go.
And the biggest dog, thank you for that follow, man. Holy crap! Thank y'all.
Wow.
Oh. Hell yeah!
Wow!
Hell yeah.
Look at you, Mr. Big Shot with the follows. That's good. Yeah. Congratulations, man.
Now, what were you? I'm sorry, man. What were you saying? If you hit 50, you're gonna what?
Oh no! If we hit 50, no, when we hit 50, because we're gonna hit 50.
Yeah.
I and my 50 people are gonna bully you into buying this game, and you're gonna play with me and Mortimer.
Yo, absolutely, you have to. It'd be a blast.
Yeah. Hey, Queen, and I'm going to have to get you on this podcast, Queen, some night. Queen of Mischief is another big supporter of mine. I love her to death. She when I first started out streaming, she really helped me a lot. So Queen, I'm gonna have to get you on this podcast soon.
Well, that's awesome.
Absolutely.
Soon. She is amazing and a badass Rocket League player.
Oh wow, yeah, I do. I play Rocket League from time to time on the channel. I'm no better than a platinum. I'm not that great, but we have fun.
She does a podcast on Sunday nights as well. So usually we do it on Saturday, but because I was getting inked last night, obviously horribly. We're I couldn't do it last night, but
he got his tattoo messed up. Let's talk about this a little bit.
So yeah,
this is his symbol too. He went and got his Venomous Gaming symbol, and
no,
and the artist fucked it up.
What did they do?
Okay, so you know what my emblem looks like right here, right?
Yeah.
Okay,
I just saw it. I was actually looking on your website. I was looking at your masks, and they look pretty fucking slick.
So let me show you this, and let me get a good angle.
They messed up
right there, right here, Mort.
They messed up. They put the wrong color in.
No, didn't put the wrong color in. This is supposed to be skin tone right here, and he wasn't paying. He wasn't paying attention, and he blackened it. Oh,
yeah. I'm looking at it right now.
I was upset, but he was like, "They're gonna fix it and everything. They're gonna have to go in for about 3 or 4 more touch ups, and they're gonna just pack it with gray."
Oh, okay, yeah, that'll work. That'll wind up working out.
All right,
Mort. I would have been cheesed too. I would have been pissed.
We're gonna. How brave are you? Because I've got questions from my chat for you, sir.
Okay, yeah, let's do that. While we've got Mort in, we'll do a special, real quick Q&A.
We usually at the end of our stream, Mort, we take questions from the chat. So from my chat, this is from McNugget 2K20. What is your favorite Pokemon and why?
Oh, okay. So I have a couple answers. For nostalgia, as a child, Charizard, of course, because it was the first Pokemon I saw, and dragons are awesome. But now as an adult and as like time has gone on, favorite Pokemon is Swampert. Swampert's in my logo. It's just, I love that thing. But both for competitive, in-game, just, and there's, I'll show you. It's become a bit of a meme on my channel as well because of this emote in particular. That emote is that was my Discord profile picture going back like 7 years. And there it is. Liam,
yeah.
And that winded up just becoming, like, as time went on, my favorite Pokemon. But so I'll say Swampert because I've used it so much and just the memes.
I don't know about my favorite Pokemon, but I know my wife's is Turtwig. Has always been Turtwig.
Turtwig's awesome. I love that generation. And I know this. It's probably a little. Well, it's all subjective, but it's probably a little controversial. But Gen 4, I think, had the best starters.
Yeah.
All three of those starters were really cool.
Mine was always Bulbasaur. I always liked Bulbasaur.
Bulbasaur's awesome.
Okay, so I've got a question from my chat. This is from Ghost Hamood. His question is, what is your favorite food?
Oh, man, that's tough.
That's a tough one.
My fiance's Italian, and she is a phenomenal cook, so I'll say Italian food.
Italian?
I like how most of your answers, Mort, have been very diplomatic and very well chosen.
Dude, man, let me tell you. You have to. You got to calculate it.
Right? You got it. It's only logical.
All right. I got another question from Steph Dumont 428. What is your favorite part of being a member of the Twitch community?
Doing stuff like this. Hanging out with other people, linking communities, creating this where we have, like, I feel like it's become one, like, big massive community. Like, I'll run into someone quote unquote new, and they're like, "Oh, I know this guy," and I'm like, "Oh, well, I know this girl," and it turns out like a lot of people know each other, and it's been really cool to just kind of be a part of a awesome community at large.
Yeah, I
That's
agree.
what
It's like a spider web, like
You
like
make some actual really good friends doing this.
Yep. Yeah.
yeah,
Already, I've made a lot of good friends.
Me and Rex can honestly say we've made a really good friend with you, Mort.
yeah,
You've
absolutely.
been
Big time.
a
Big
big
time.
supporter of us. Big supporter of us.
Oh, guys, like really like the thing is, I reached out to all the people that followed the channel and just liked the content without any like predispositions. I didn't, it was just one of those things that like when I saw you guys had channels and stuff, I was like, well, I'm gonna support them
Yeah,
unconditionally,
absolutely.
like they supported me, because it's the right thing. And then as I started hanging out in your guys' streams and watching and stuff, I was like, yo, these guys are really cool. I gotta.
No, well, thank you.
Yeah, I appreciate you guys. Thank you guys for having me on.
No,
Like
man.
this has been like it's awesome.
Yeah, I mean, normally we like just me and Finn do this like every, once a week, and we just talk about all kinds of nerdy stuff, and I think this for me, and I don't want to knock out my streaming or anybody who might enjoy my streaming games, but this is more enjoyable at the moment for me. Like just hanging out, talking, um, being a part of this group, this community, that we're all forging together. And of course, you're absolutely right. Like people from your streams have come and followed me, and I'm like pushing people to you guys. What little people
Yeah.
that are like, and then
I've
that's
been blessed.
yeah.
I'll tell you what, the guys that I've met doing this have been awesome. And yeah, I've definitely made some friends for life. And that's one thing. They will, like, when I tell them, yo, check out Venomous, check out Get Wrecked, they will go. They'll drop a follow. They will hang out.
Oh yeah.
They're like,
oh yeah.
like whenever you guys go live, drop it in the Discord. The Discord is always pop. The Discord was intended for promotion and
Yeah.
for networking. My Discord isn't really like your traditional, oh, let's all rally around this one content creator. It's more like, that's why it's called a network. It's literally just a network of streamers getting together. Hey, these are some people in my community. It's cool. It's been awesome to see the communities cross pollinate.
Yeah, and that's what it's all really. It's what it's all about, like supporting each other, because
Mhm.
we that's what we're here for. Like I enjoy watching your streams. I enjoy watching Phenomus's streams, and whenever you guys are on, and whoever comes, and like I just want to shout out Liam. Liam's been on my stream, popping in,
Yo, Liam's the man.
dropping. So thanks, Liam. Thanks for hanging out. Um, but that's the thing. Like it doesn't take more than Hey, man, I even if you're, I mean, I'm pretty busy. I know most people are, but whenever you can, like just go support a stream, like anybody's stream. If you like them, if you like what they're doing, if they just crack you up one time, keep watching. Go, just go watch, because there are a lot of people out there who just maybe this is what is keeping them going.
Yeah.
Maybe
Yeah, big time.
maybe this is their support group. So
that kind of, in a way, answers that question more. So one of the questions I have, real quick, from Ghost Hamid is, do you have any tips on growing a Twitch account?
Yes.
Yeah, and that a lot of what we just said does is just, for me, it was networking, finding other like-minded streamers,
Yes.
and just making friends with them.
That's it. That's one of three things. It's three things that they sound hard or unattainable, but they're actually easy when you sit and you think about it. Number one, actually make friends. Be a positive member of a community at large, and it just kind of things develop on their own. That's part of it. Number two, stay true to yourself, and your content will never suffer.
Yeah.
Play what you like what you guys said. Play what you like, stuff you're knowledgeable about, so you can share conversation with your chat and stay engaged and have fun. If you're not having fun, people ultimately are gonna, even if you're one of the there's a thing now that's big, is like rage streams, and that's all fine and dandy, but eventually people are like, all right, like, dude, like let's play and like let's have a good time. So
you can't be that mad all the time. Like
exactly.
like come on, man. Like
it's no fun. I mean, obviously, for some people, it's fun watching these people rage and get mad, and that's but they're taking all the fun out of playing the game.
Yeah.
Yep.
You can only get so mad at a game so many times. You're just like,
well, that's it.
The hell with it. I'm done.
Yeah, and that's Laddie always says that. Laddie 21, he always says video games are an escape.
Yeah.
There's no reason to get mad when you're immersing yourself like that in the game. Just immerse yourself in the game and play and have fun.
Exactly.
Yeah,
exactly.
There's actually a YouTuber I watch, and he's like, "Look, I don't play on the hardest level. I'm never going to play on the hardest level because I don't play games to play on the hardest level. I play games to relax and have a good time. So if you're looking for the hardest level, you can." This isn't the channel for you, but
amen.
Yeah.
Amen.
And the third point,
consistency. One thing is when you do start streaming and you do develop those friends, they will and this is, it's true for a lot of things. People will, not that they expect to see you, but you want to stick around the same time. If you're looking at streaming yourself, Ghost, look to stream around the same time, same days of the week as much as you can. It's hard, especially now with the pandemic. Everybody's getting, either a new gig.
Life.
Yes, exactly.
That's a problem I run into a lot because, I what I do for a living is I install fiber optic internet. I'm climbing up on poles up day. I'm outside all day. And there's times I get home, I'm just like, I can't. I'm so tired. Yeah. I can't.
But see, you're clear with it right away. If you're clear, concise, and you make friends with your community, they're going to understand.
Yeah.
They're going to expect your consistency is, hey, I come on when I can. You guys know, and people look to, they know that whenever you can pop in for a stream, you will.
Yeah. And I always, and usually what I'll do is I'll make up for it. Like, what was it like? I think it was like 2 weeks ago. I ended up just taking almost the entire week off. And I was like, I was just so tired and just worn out and drained. I had so much that was going on that week, and I was just like, I look at my wife and say, I can't. I can't tonight. I don't want to really get on there, and because like I said, most of my stream is my chat messing with me through Dixper, messing with my game, and attempting to kill me in Phasmophobia.
Yeah,
and I'm like, I can't do it tonight. I was like, I can't because if I do, I'm going to end up raging really, really bad. And I really can't handle that, and I don't want to do that. So I'm gonna skip tonight, and I'll make it up on another night. And I'll post it on my Facebook. On my
that's the thing. Yes, staying engaged on social media is a big part of it as well.
Social media is a bit, I don't know. I'm a bit iffy on social media. But
I'll tell you what, the days, because I actually have, there's 2 mods and 1 VIP in my chat that they message me. I talk to them every day. Mm-hmm. Besides that, on Twitter, I stay off of Twitter, especially on days that I'm not streaming. I'll message them in the day when I can. And then once I start work and I start doing that stuff, I kind of, that's when I disconnect. And then if I'm not streaming that night, I'll stay disconnected.
Yeah.
Because it can be very toxic. And and I don't like that either. There's enough negativity in the world. Like,
oh yeah. And I mean that's like I said, that's a lot of problems, is the consistency. And like I said, these 3 things that you point out sound like they're really, really hard. But they're not. They're really, really not. Starting out with me, for me, starting out, it was networking, because when you look at those requirements to make affiliate, you're like, what the hell?
Yeah.
And I didn't expect to make affiliate so soon. I ended up, I think it was like 4 months in, I made affiliate. Because I started in November. By February, I'd already made affiliate. And so, in fact, it was end of January, beginning of February is when I made it. And I was just like, I was stunned. And I was like, and a lot of it's networking, being immersive with your chat.
Yeah.
Like I said, making friends. But it's also that networking for me is what went the furthest, because it was, I'd meet this, I'd watch this streamer, get friends with them. And then through them, I would find somebody else through their Discord and I would go make friends with this person, and from that one, and so on and so forth. Kind of like a little spider web that I made, and just kind of put myself out there. I've gotten a little lazy with that recently since I made affiliate. I've really got to
No,
get
but
back on that
that's the
grind.
thing.
Wow.
That's the thing that happens. That happens because you get busier. You
Yeah.
naturally just get busier because there's more obligations like to stream.
Exactly. Because
So
you
and
gotta make
I feel like that's part of my problem because I just started this new job and it's fantastic and I love it. And I've got a lot more time, but my old job was very like I never really knew when I had a time to stream and I just started this one, so this couple weeks have been training and doing new stuff, but yeah, consistency is a big thing because I feel like I've suffered because I haven't been so consistent. So and that's that's things have been going on, but yeah, I would totally agree. Consistency is a real big thing. So
yeah,
I think like we said, what we were saying is being immersive with your chat. Because they're the ones that your chat is your make or break.
yeah,
big time.
Without them, you're nothing.
You're just playing games by yourself on camera.
Games on a camera, on the internet, for you.
Yeah.
Maybe your other your other Big Daddy Turtle. Thank you for that follow.
Nice, Big Daddy Turtle.
I'm getting some follows, man. This is popping off tonight.
Those are all from Mort and Big Daddy Turtle. I've talked to, and he's a really cool guy. So and he plays CK3.
That's my real life cousin.
Yeah.
Oh man. But
and in real life, he plays CK3 with us, so that's another reason to get the game, Venomous.
We'll see, man. We'll see.
Oh, we'll see. You will.
My leg is good, Firebug. My leg is good. Oh yeah, you didn't hear about this, Rick. I got attacked yesterday by a dog.
No, was it a Chihuahua?
No, it was a good sized dog.
See, I did cable for about almost 2 years. And I'd been around Huskies, I'd been around Pit Bulls, I'd been around all the big dogs, and none of them were bad. I turned my back on this little Chihuahua one time, and he got me. Golly, those things.
This one was a good sized dog. I had to go into a backyard to get one of our pedestals. I had to replace a fiber drop. And I knocked and rang the doorbell in this guy's house because it's in the neighbor's backyard, and it's law of easement. We have to have access to it.
Mm-hmm.
And so I rang the doorbell, knocked on this guy's door, let him know I was going back there. No one answered. I could hear the dogs in the house, and I checked the backyard, make sure they weren't in there. Gate was unlocked. I went back there. I'm working on this pedestal, and all of a sudden I hear the back door open and shut. And I was like, "What?" And I looked up, and about that time the dogs looked up and saw me, and they had me pinned against the fence, and I'm yelling, "What?" And this guy comes running out, and I went to move my leg for a second. One of them grabbed my knee, and broke skin on it and everything else. And he's looking at me like I'm stupid.
Just rub some dirt on it. You're from Texas. Rub some dirt on it. It's fine.
Well, I grew up on a farm, so I mean, I've been kicked and stomped on and everything else. So I
know you did, Hillbilly.
Listen here, buddy.
All right. So we're probably closing in on Mortimer's time. Let's let him have a little spotlight time. Let him. So, Mart, is there anything that you personally want to talk about, or just get out there, or this is your time to shine? So
yeah, man, go ahead and shamelessly plug yourself on our podcast.
Yes, do it.
I appreciate that. Yo, name's Mortamar Kahn. We do a lot of. I guess we've evolved into variety stuff. We do a lot of Pokemon, CK3. I've been playing a little bit more Rocket League on the channel. I think we're going to be doing some more Elder Scrolls stuff because I've gotten a lot of demands. We're a big community. I appreciate all the support I've gotten. It's funny, Venomous, you were talking about the affiliate stuff, and my issue was always grabbing followers. I had the opposite. I've been blessed to have a small crew of people who have watched the show consistently and help get me there. I appreciate the hell out of them. Guys like in my chat, Romulus, Eureka Franklin, Liam, those are all in real life friends. But I've made a lot of friends on Twitch. Bossman Crush, Tampa Tarpons, streaming with my cousin, Big Daddy Turtle, has been awesome. I winded up like, it's just been an awesome experience, and we like to have fun. The chat gets a bit spicy sometimes, but we have fun with it.
Yeah.
It's a good time. I appreciate you guys having me on a lot. Like, this has been a lot of fun. I look forward to doing this again in the future.
You're more than welcome to come on anytime you want. Anytime. You have an open invitation, so whenever you want to come on.
You're definitely coming back. You have no choice in that. You're coming back.
Yeah. Oh yeah, we have to.
I'm down.
We don't know very many people, so you're coming back.
I'm in, especially when it comes to Dungeons and Dragons, Elder Scrolls, or even Magic the Gathering lore.
Yes.
They have some stories in there, the story of Mirrodin and the story of Ravnica. Phenomenal
Mirrodin,
stories.
wasn't that the oh god, wasn't that
Old Age
the series that we played that had the steel? It was like the steel.
Yep, that's Mirrodin.
That's where my green deck came from. That's where my green deck came from.
Here he goes about his green deck. Anyways,
I love green deck.
Green is, you know what? I started blue, was one of my favorites, but over the years, like, green is just so awesome. It really is.
Green is evil because you can, in Mirrodin, you had cards that built directly off everybody's green cards. And you could just, all you had to do was have a bunch of 1/1 elves out there with these certain cards that would beef them up. And you just have this massive army in like 4 turns.
Yeah.
And then you start getting the 7/7 creatures and the 9/6 creatures the green deck can throw out.
Well, my most successful deck competitively was it was green centric but splashed in black and blue.
Ooh.
It was a Splinter Fright deck from Innistrad. It was a dredge deck. It was a dredge deck that you would dump the graveyard. You dump your deck into your graveyard, and depending on how many creatures you had in the graveyard, you got 1/1 for every creature that was in your graveyard, and it had trample.
Ooh.
So it was just based on dumping stuff, discarding stuff into your hand. Yes. And
Trample's
then I had stuff like Birds of Paradise and stuff that would create mana, but if it got killed, okay, that's just feeding my Splinter Fright.
Oh, man.
Yeah. Well, Mort, I want to thank you for coming on. Like I said, you're going to be coming back. You don't have a choice in this.
Yeah, absolutely.
I appreciate it. I appreciate it a lot. No, I appreciate being on. And you guys are awesome. I appreciate the support you guys are giving my channel. And I look forward to supporting your guys.
Thank you, dude.
In the future,
thank you.
man. Hey, I had to show you guys some love.
Oh, man.
I appreciate it.
But yeah, thank you for coming on, man. I really appreciate it. Again, if y'all want to check Mort out, go to twitch.tv / he posted his link to his music. Check that out.
Ego Death. Remember the name. Ego Death. Remember that name. It's gonna be huge. It's gonna be huge.
They're gonna be huge. I'm telling you, they're gonna be great. It's gonna be huge. Everybody thinks so.
I feel attacked as a person from Jersey. I feel attacked.
Well, I mean, we're not trying to attack you. That's not.
I know, but I had to throw that out there because I hear people make fun of me for my accent literally all the time. I'm
man, we're from Texas. Just imagine.
My in-laws are from Minnesota.
Minnesota, eh? Oh, don't you know?
And my wife doesn't have it too bad. My mother-in-law, she gets it, but she starts talking to her sisters. But when we got married, it was like culture shock. Like listening to them, I could everything.
That's hilarious.
But man, we want to thank you for coming on, man.
Absolutely.
The Polar Nerds podcast, man. You're welcome back anytime, brother.
Yeah, I appreciate you guys. Thank you guys. I appreciate this a lot.
Yeah,
this is awesome. Thank you guys for the follows. Everyone who followed today, I appreciate that. You guys are awesome. So I look forward to doing. This again with you guys.
Absolutely, and we're gonna get you that shirt. It's gonna say I'm gonna put number one.
Yeah. I'm gonna rock the hell of that. I'm gonna rock the hell out of that on stream. I appreciate you guys.
Yeah.
Thank you guys so much.
Yeah, thank you, Mort. Have a good one.
You guys be safe, be well. I'll talk to you guys soon.
Yes, sir.
We'll be in touch, especially now that I'm on your guys' Discord.
So. Oh, absolutely, yeah. Jump in and make fun of him as much as you want.
I can't wait for Tuesday's stream, by the way. On that note, I'm going to let you guys
Oh,
go.
yeah.
I'm going to let you plug that. Gentlemen, I'll see you guys later. Be
Yes,
safe,
sir.
be well.
Bye,
Love
brother.
y'all.
So, yeah, as Mortimer pointed out, Tuesday night, don't forget to tune into my stream because we made a deal. If I made 150 followers by Tuesday at 6 p.m. Central Standard Time, I would be giving away a T-shirt, which I will be doing, but that we would bring Penelope back for a night of streaming. So,
gross.
Penelope's coming back Tuesday night on my birthday stream. So, y'all don't forget to be here for that. So let's go ahead, man. We had Mort on, and I really, dude, y'all check Mort out.
Yeah.
He's an awesome streamer. He's a really good guy. If you haven't been able to tell from him being here with us tonight, amazing guy. Really, really awesome. And I'm really happy that he was our first guest.
Yeah.
Next week, I don't know how we're going to work this. We'll try to do what we can. I may not be able to be here for it.
I hold on, so because this is what I've been thinking. What I might do is just do a 1 hour conversation with him because he agreed to an hour, and I might just do a conversation and because I don't know that he's going to be able to adjust his schedule because he does a lot,
Yeah.
and we're trying to not exclude one or the other person from the stream because this is our stream, but he's a really big guest, and it's gonna be tough.
Here's the thing: is if I can't make, which I probably won't be able to make it for that one, because I do host you. It will be broadcast on my channel.
Yeah.
So. If I have to stay out of that episode, that I understand, and I'll go back and watch it later. And it's no, it's not a big deal because I know that there's going to be times that we're going to be able to. We'll have and you're not going to be able to make it or something like that.
I almost didn't make the start of this one tonight, so.
But as like a special co-host type deal, which is totally fine. By me, there's going to be times when one of us is not going to be able to make it, and then we'll have the guest host. If we're going to have a guest, then that could be the guest host is whoever. So
right.
if it has to go that way, then it has to go that way, and it's something I totally understand.
Okay, well, I know, and we're using time, but this is our podcast, and we just want to I just want to let you know and everybody know this is just me. This is really just me and you talking and BSing most of the time. So it's really great to have guests, and some of the bigger guests that we might get, they have scheduling restrictions, and they may not fit into my schedule or your schedule, and they may just fit into one person's schedule. So, but this is our podcast, so.
Oh yeah, and like I said, if we have to do it that way, and I can't be here, go ahead and. Dude.
I think we might because I've tried to talk to him and it's
really hard to get this guest on here.
With that said, let's just announce the guest. I know we announced it last week. His name is Alex Jordan. He is a very, very big voice actor. He's done several games. He's done Sherlock. He's done Blasphemous as a game. He's got a 40K Warhammer like Vermintide game that's coming out, or either it's coming out or it's out already. He does charity. He does all kinds of voices on his own stream. You can Alex Jordan VO. So you guys go check him out. But he will be here next Saturday. And it looks like he'll be just with me, and we'll be we'll call it a co-host, but it's a really big get, and part of the issue is he lives in the United Kingdom, so timing is an issue, and just work, like we were talking about earlier, just work, sometimes work gets in the way, life gets in the way. And that's, we're going to miss Venomous on that stream, but we're going to go ahead and do that. So, hey.
Well, I know that there's going to be some Saturdays coming up soon that I won't be able to make it because I do have some prior obligations.
Okay.
Nights that'll be next the 10th and the 24th, I have some prior obligations that I will be out of town for. But
okay. But what we can try and do on those is, and you know what? Let's just talk. We'll talk about this a little later off stream. Yeah. So let's get to the big news.
So let's go Falcon and the Winter Soldier, because I've been kind of chomping at the bit to talk to you about this.
Yep.
So I did some little research tonight.
Okay.
So this episode, we've introduced some alternate characters that have appeared in the comics.
Yes.
Or characters who appear as alternates of characters on the show and in the MCU. Are now into the MCU.
Yeah.
And that appeared as alternates in the comics. One being was it Hodges? What's his last name? The Battlestar.
Battlestar, yeah.
One point was the set was one of the other. Dude, yeah. Spoilers if you haven't watched it yet.
Spoilers.
Is he was one of the Buckies. He was a Bucky. He was the first Black Bucky. We get a little bit more into a little bit more of seeing U.S. Agent, who is right now is Captain America, or the new Captain America, which I really don't like this guy at all. But one thing that we talked about last week was this terrorist group, the Flag Smashers.
Yeah,
and we were like, well, I did a little research on this.
Okay.
Now, in the comics, in the show, they're led by a girl named Carly Monathal or something like that. In the comics, she is a guy named Carl Monathal, and he is a character called Flag Smasher, which is the name of this terrorist group.
You're right.
Who is an enemy of Captain America in the comics. There's two iterations of him, where then he comes more an enemy of Punisher and Ghost Rider and those characters. You're looking him up, aren't you?
Yep. Go ahead.
And yeah, that's where that character is. So what we thought was the Hand is actually a character that they have made into a more of a terrorist group, called the Flag Smashers, instead of actually being a character named Flag Smasher.
Unless they're going to mold it into a character.
And well, in the comics, it's a guy named Carl. Oh God, I had it pulled up on my phone earlier. I was looking it up.
Oh no, you're good.
Okay, in the comics, it is a guy named Carl Morgenthau, but in the comics, but in this, it is a girl named Carly Morgenthau. The Flag Smasher is the name used by two fictional supervillains appearing in American comic books published by Marvel Comics. The original was most often a foe of Captain America, while the other adversaries of the Flag Smasher include Punisher, Moon Knight, Ghost Rider, Runaways, Libertines, and Deadpool.
So he's been a B character villain. He's been in a couple comics, and he's
kind of like with the last show with WandaVision with what was her name, the witch,
Jessica Harkness. Kind of
a B character you've never really heard about too much before.
In the comics, Harkness actually helps Wanda with her. She helps her develop and use her powers in the comics. So Agatha Harkness is actually a pretty powerful magic user, and she helps Scarlet Witch in the comics. But in the show, I like the way they did the show. I thought that was a pretty interesting thing. So
yeah. So and then another thing we get to see this episode is we get to see our first appearance of Baron Zemo since Civil War, at the very, very end. That the guys have decided Bucky has decided that. Thank you, Russia. You too, man. Bucky has decided that they have to go talk to Zemo.
McNugget said, "Who's been messing up everything, Agatha?" You remember that from the...
but so we get our first appearance of Zemo since Captain America: Civil War. So here is my theory, because now we've realized that the Phalanx Smashers are super soldiers. My theory is
it's not confirmed yet, but that's the
what is appearing to be. That's
because I'm not wholly convinced that they're not mutants, because we have yet to see them introduce mutants, and even introducing one mutant at this point would tease, like the Marvel loves to tease and drop. So maybe one of them's a mutant and the rest are super soldiers, but I don't want to put past them throwing a mutant somewhere in this series.
Yeah. Well, and something that here's my theory. So they're looking to see where the super soldier serum is coming from. Obviously, they've gotten it from Bucky somehow. From his blood that he talks about, so because that's we get into another character that has been in the comics and has never made an MCU appearance, and that's Isaiah Bradley.
Oh, yeah, that was so good.
The first Black Captain America.
Yeah. And he actually got imprisoned for stealing the Captain America suit. That's when he was saying he got thrown in jail. He took the Captain America suit, and that's what he went to jail for. Even though he deserved it, he owned it. But
they talk about that they took his blood in jail. They came in and did the experiments on him. They took his blood and everything. So my theory is that this is all going back to Zemo. The Zemo is what is going to be what starts all of this. Is going to be the cause of all this.
Oh yeah, Zemo is the ultimate bad guy in all of this. We've known that. Zemo is always the ultimate bad guy when it comes to like pulling strings and a bunch of different stuff going on. Zemo is a mastermind of stuff and manipulation. When we saw that with Captain America: Civil War, he manipulated Tony and the Avengers to like fight each other, and he didn't have to do it. He literally didn't have to do much, like just a couple things here and there.
Yeah, and that's not what I wanted to do. I was trying to pause something real quick. So what I'm going to try to do here in a minute is I am going to try to share on the screen the Red Band trailer for the Suicide Squad when we get to that point. I was just bringing something up, but Zemo. Yeah, I think that somehow he has gotten this out to these people, and that's where they're getting these abilities from, because they're all showing the same ability. It's not like some of them have this ability and some of them have this ability and they all share super strength and everything. And that's what I thought was funny, was that one scene where Bucky jumps in the back of that truck and she's smiling, and then she knocks the fuck out of him.
Yeah, he didn't know what was coming.
Oh yeah. Oh no. And then my ultimate favorite scene in this episode was when they're on top of the truck and they're fighting, and those two guys have got him held, beat the snot out of him, and Red Wing flies over, and that one jumps up, grabs him.
Yeah. And she smashes him. Yeah.
Smashes Red Wing. He looks over, he goes, "Always wanted to do that."
Yeah. Bucky, man, with the one-liners, Bucky is just it's cracking me up.
Oh yeah, I mean, this episode was I was laughing quite a bit at this episode, because you're seeing a little bit of the hate.
Bucky, you're seeing Bucky and Falcon form that relationship that Bucky and Cap had, and they're starting to butt on it. Now, my biggest things from this episode was and it's kind of an emotional scene, for me, because when the therapist has them talking to each other, and Bucky, he kind of lets a little bit slip, and he's like, if Cap was wrong about you, that means he was wrong about me. And that, like, Bucky is really just hinging everything on Captain America. And for that to go away, Bucky's going to have to deal with that. He's got a whole new mental battle, which poor Bucky, he can't get away from his mental demons, and he's got another one now.
And now, in that scene where, really gets an emotional part of it is when he's been asking Sam the entire episode, why did you give up the shield? Why did you give up the shield? And you're like,
yeah, Bucky is pissed. Bucky is pissed he gave up that shield. That's the whole reason he's mad.
Well, and then it gives that scene when they're having the therapy session, and he says, "Well, the thing is if Steve gave you that shield, and he was wrong about giving it to you, then maybe he was wrong about me."
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's the same. Yeah, so Bucky feels like that's what I'm saying. Like, to me, Bucky is like tying his whole, like, I'm a good person because Cap believed I'm a good person, and then so that's why he's like, if he's wrong about you, maybe he's wrong about me, and so he's starting to slip a little bit backwards, and you can tell he's already made all kinds of awesome strides to go forward and not slip, but that is a little bit of a knockback, for him.
Yeah, well, that last thing he says to that doctor was, what was rule number 2? And she says, no one gets hurt. And he just looks at her, and is like, bye, doc.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't think that's that can be applied anymore. So, the other big thing I want to talk about, and the new Captain America,
U.S. agent.
U.S. agent. He first of the episode, I said, okay. Me being the big Captain America fan that I am, Steve Rogers is the king. I said, I'm gonna give this guy a chance. I'm going to give him a chance. And he started out the episode talking all the right points. Like, at one point, he tells Sam and them, I'm not trying to replace Steve Rogers. I'm just trying to be the best Captain America I can be. And I said, okay. Because I really thought he was just going to be like this hot shot, like, I'm the best. And he didn't start out that way.
Yeah.
And the whole episode, my wife and I she was like, no. Even my daughter's like, how dare he stand where he stood, those whole things. And I'm like, I don't know. I mean, he's saying the right things, like, and then he gets to that scene where he's like, all right, then just stay out of my way. And I was like, okay, I'm done. I'm done defending this guy. I'm done. He's a piece of work.
In the comics, before he actually becomes U.S. agent and he becomes the next Captain America, before he becomes Super Patriot, or as he becomes Super Patriot, he is more villainous than he is heroic.
Yeah.
And that was one of the things was when they're having that big battle scene on the trucks, and him and Battlestar show up, is he shoots that one guy, and I was like, oh no.
Cap has used guns though. He's used guns. Cap has used guns though.
Cap has used guns, but not like what he was.
He did come. Hold on. I'm gonna play devil's advocate a little bit. He did come save them because they were getting their asses handed to him. Now, one thing that I watched a video on is that how linear he is with the shield. Like, he just throws the shield at one person and it comes back to him. Like, Steve Rogers would bounce that thing and like do trick shots with it, and riding on a motorcycle, take out 4 people and it come back. He is very like, hit the guy, come back, hit the guy, come back. He is not Steve Rogers. He is definitely not Steve Rogers.
No, he is not. So this episode has left us with even more questions that need to be answered.
And the whole time, Sam is still trying to deal with. He's not ready for the shield, which is why he gave it up. So Sam has to get to that level, and I think, like I said last week or the week before, it's probably last week, that Sam has to figure out who he's fighting for, he's defending, and that's what the shield means. Like that's, and he'll get there. Like he has to realize where he is in the world and what defending people means. And he'll grow into the shield. And it's kind of like Miles Morales in Into the Spider-Verse. Like when we first meet Miles, he's not quite ready to grow into that suit, and he has to take the steps to get there. So
he finally gets those. He's running around that Spider-Man Halloween costume. He buys
the one that Stan Lee sells him.
Stan sells him, and he tells him, he says, "Don't worry, it eventually fits. It eventually eventually it will fit.
Yeah.
You know, and that's what he means is eventually you're going to earn the right to wear that suit.
Yeah.
You know, and everything. So, like I said, this has left us with a lot more questions that we need answers to.
Absolutely.
We've got 4 more episodes.
I think it's 6 or 7 episodes. That's the max.
So
6 or 7. So we
don't have very many episodes left for these answers to be answered.
But that means that so if they're only doing 6, 7 episodes, they're going to be action packed. Like and from the first episode to this one, it's already bumped a level in the action and intensity, I would say. We're starting to get to, because we only have a couple episodes, right? So we're already starting to get to that end of the movie level, kind of like things are fixing to start popping off.
That second act stuff where things are starting to kind of come to light. So like I said, we got a lot more questions and not very many more episodes to have them answered in. But the difference between this and WandaVision, where WandaVision was about, there's not a whole lot that's going to be left with WandaVision to make a season 2 of WandaVision, but with this, there's enough. There's enough of a story that, there's enough that they can build off. It's just about the character. It's not about, where WandaVision was about her and this whole town being trapped in this deal where she's created and now it's been destroyed. There's not much left for WandaVision season 2. Unless she ends up getting tracked back in there.
And I don't think these were ever meant to be like long sustaining. I think these are just fillers for right now.
Yeah.
Marvel is
this is going to be more of a testing for Marvel to see if something like this can work.
Well, they're fillers and they're introductions into the next phase. Because, Marvel's all about its phases and its steps. Because Kevin Feige and them, they stretched it out over 10 years. We didn't really know what was going to happen with Endgame and all that. But these are the teasers we didn't get from the first phase, right? Because, they just started with, Iron Man, right? That was their first big one. But in between phase 1 and phase 2, these series are fillers and they're builders,
Yeah.
And that's what they're doing with what I feel, because they're not supposed to be long sustaining series. They're just supposed to be there to like fill in and then phase 3, we'll get more fillers in between the I think we're gonna get like little shows like this in between the big phases of Marvel, and I love it. So I'm all for it. So
Oh yeah. So real quickly, what I do want to go into, since there's not much more we can talk about on Winter Soldier and Falcon.
No, yeah, that's about it.
DC. Now, what I was going to load up real quick is I'm going to share my screen and.
Is this a trailer?
Yeah, we're gonna try to
let's watch it.
Show the trailer for. Wait, no. Oh crap! It didn't show it. Hold on a second. Give me that. We're gonna try to share. Okay, so I'm gonna share the trailer for the Suicide Squad.
Once again, we apologize for the technical difficulties.
Yeah, we apologize. So I'm going to go ahead and play this trailer real quick. And again, I do apologize. There is some language in this.
What? Well, that is a long bit of silence. Okay, so I guess I should talk a little bit in between now and then. You go ahead, Fenimus. You do what you got to do.
It's playing.
Well, it's not playing on screen, so.
It should be.
Oh, it's not.
It's coming across my stream. I know.
Well, it's not coming across my stream. And it's not coming across Discord. So maybe copyright though.
It may be just because of the screen share.
Yeah. That's terrible.
Well, here's what we'll do.
We're terrible at this, and we apologize.
Let me pause it and kind of give a, we're showing some of the things. Is we've got, so right here we've got John Cena playing Patriot. We've got King Shark in the background. Peter Capaldi playing the Thinker. We've got Rick Flag coming back. Everything, and then if we come a little bit further in it, we have with Harley Quinn's come back. It shows that they're trying to get him. There's Bloodsport up there, up on the deal. The main thing, let me see if I can find it where it is our villain. Where is it? Let me get to it real quick. Yeah, where it shows. Oh crap. Anyways, this is not working. I'm hitting the wrong button. Let me stop sharing the screen. That didn't work quite the way I wanted to. I'll figure that out. We've got Starro has been confirmed to be the big bad for this movie, which is really exciting for me because Starro is a character that you really don't hear about, haven't heard about very much in the DC universe. Starro is a giant alien starfish with telepathic ability that he can take control of anybody with these starfish parasites that go over their face. Got these one eye. And the fact that they're bringing him into the DCEU is just awesome. Awesome. Starro is just a badass in a way. So that's something I'm really excited about. But this movie is very, very vulgar with the language. Very, very vulgar. At one point, Idris Elba, and they're walking through a jungle, and I guess Idris Elba's character and John Cena's character don't quite get along, and he's like, you don't want you to eat a bag of dicks, and he's like, John Cena's like, oh, so you're saying if this beach was covered in dicks from one point to the other, you'd want me to eat them all? And one of them goes, well, who would be putting a bunch of dicks on a beach? And John Cena goes, who knows what goes on in the mind of a madman? It's going to be good. This is actually going to be really, really good. Better than I thought it was. They did announce that Sylvester Stallone will be voicing King Shark.
Oh, nice. Very nice.
Yep. So now we've got Stallone coming from Marvel and the Guardians of the Galaxy movies over to DC to voice King Shark. And then we've got Peter Capaldi as the Thinker. So we've got a more myriad of characters in this than we did the previous Suicide Squad. Another big thing that we kind of touched on earlier was, as we said, Dr. Fate. Now, on episode 1 of the Nerds podcast, we had actually talked about Dr. Fate making his appearance in the DC EU, and this is now actually going to be a reality as Pierce Brosnan has been cast to play Dr. Fate.
Nice. Very good casting.
Oh, yeah. But that wasn't the only character that they announced. So they did do on that same day. They did do some other casting for for Black Adam, and I'm trying to bring up.
I know some people are worried because they think, and as far as The Rock's concerned and his acting, we're just going to focus on him for a moment. They think that he's not going to be serious enough to play Black Adam because, and these are things that I've read, that Black Adam is a very serious and brutal character, and they do not feel like Rock with his campy kind of, his feel campy is gonna live up to it. And I don't know. I think so if you want the character to look right and then act right, sometimes you have to give and take on both of those things. So he's definitely got the look for Black Adam. I'll 100% on that. I mean,
yeah.
But I think he's going to do his absolute best with his acting ability to come across that way, and I think we just got to give him a chance.
The thing about Black Adam is you've got to take into account is he's not 100% what you would consider a bad guy. Okay,
he's an anti-hero, kind of.
In the way that they've got him now, he's more of an anti-hero. Where it started out, he wanted to kill Shazam because he at one point was Shazam.
Yeah.
And the Wizard Shazam stripped him of his power and gave it to Billy Batson, and that's what his big, for years and years and years, that's what the character's deal was. But now they've gone into more of his character, and he's the ruler of Kahndaq. He's the king there, and he's kind of like, in a way, like the Doctor Doom of DC, where Doctor Doom has his own country, and he's the ruler of that, but he's the protector of it. That's kind of like what Black Adam is. He's the ruler of this country, but he's also the protector of this country.
Right.
He cares about his people. So that you really and I think that The Rock was an excellent choice for Black Adam. Now they did do other casting, like Pierce Brosnan as Dr. Fate, which I think is a really good casting choice for Dr. Fate.
Didn't they cast Hawkman as well?
Yes, they cast Aldous Hodge as Hawkman, as Carter Hall. Nice. Noah Centineo, you might know him from the show The Fosters, or To All the Boys I Loved Before and everything else. He will be playing.
There you go, ladies. That To All the Boys I Loved Before. He's going to be in this movie. I've got 2 big fans of that movie on my chat. I know.
He is one of the brothers, I think, on there. He is going to be playing Atom Smasher.
Yeah.
We've got Quintessa Swindell. She is going to be playing Cyclone, who is the granddaughter of the Golden Age Red Tornado.
Red Tornado. He's one of my favorite characters.
This is his granddaughter, Cyclone.
McNugget asked, who is he playing again?
He is playing Atom Smasher.
Atom Smasher is the character that he's playing. You can look it up on Google.
Yeah. Atom Smasher. If you've watched The Flash, he was in the first the character was in the first season the second season of Flash. He was in the very first episode of the second season. They cast Sarah Shahi. She will be playing. Who is she playing? She'll be playing Isis, an enslaved refugee who Black Adam freed, fell in love with, empowered with his magic. Marwan Zanzari. He played Jafar in the live-action remake of Aladdin.
Oh, that was good.
It is not yet known who he is actually going to be playing, but the rumor is right now he will be playing DC Sorcerer.
DC Sorcerer. Okay, I don't know anything about that character. So,
well, Sorcerer's kind of one of the characters you really don't hear or see a lot of. He in the comics he had a lot to do with Enchantress.
Oh, okay.
But it's also he may be playing Amon Tomaz, who is Adriana's brother.
Okay.
They have Pierce Brosnan as Pierce
yay!
Brosnan. So yeah, we are starting to get a cast of the movie together, and that's something that I am really excited about. I cannot wait for this movie. I know a couple of people. One of our mutual friends, my ex-wife Dove, she is really, really excited about this movie because she is a big Shazam fan. Now, the other thing I want to go into is, and this is coming out next week, where we will be doing probably a lot on the next episode. We'll get together next Wednesday. Godzilla versus Kong drops. I am so excited. Like I said earlier, I'm gonna have to say Team Godzilla. I'm gonna have to say Team Godzilla because Godzilla is kind of what I grew up with. A lot of. Godzilla versus Mothra, Rodan, what was the turtles? The little turtle that spun around. Mecha Godzilla, King Ghidorah, all those kaiju movies. I was a big fan of. Big fan of growing up. Not so much Kong, even though Kong was cool. I was more of the Godzilla kid.
See, and here we go. We're gonna polar opposites again, because I'm gonna go with Kong. I mean, Godzilla's cool as all get out, man. Like, Godzilla is... You can't take nothing from him. But I grew up more I like Kong more. I just thought it was for me like a better character.
Yeah,
Godzilla's
I
cool.
like
I
the
mean,
trailer.
I'm half equal, but if you had to put me in a corner, I'm gonna go towards Kong. So
Yeah, well, and that's one of my favorite scenes in these trailers that they put out is when I guess that Kong and Godzilla are fighting and they're in the ocean and Godzilla's on that or Kong is on that aircraft carrier and they've got him chained down. Is when he first attacks, Kong is standing over the edge of it and just slams his fist down like, oh, and he's like, come on.
yeah, yeah,
Like,
let's
yeah.
do this. Like, let's quit standing around.
But the newest trailer has confirmed that Mechagodzilla will be in Godzilla versus Kong.
So is
I
this a
really
team up?
I think that this is what's going to cause them to team up, and because in all these movies like this, Kong and Godzilla are all the heroes in their own respective aspects of their movies. They are the heroes.
Yeah. Well, and one thing I want to point out, like in both movies, recent movies that I've seen, is that they've mentioned that Kong treats humans as his pets, and Godzilla treats humans as his pets. So if there's another existential threat to humans, I feel like they'll team up.
Well, they say in this trailer that there was a war amongst these titans,
Yeah.
and
Oh yeah.
Kong and Godzilla were the last one standing. And the fact that Godzilla's the king of the monsters and there's King Kong, and they say in the trailer Kong bows to no one.
Yeah.
So it's going to be them fighting each other, but in the trailer actually show Mechagodzilla. So I think that this is going to cause them to because they're not going to have one kill the other.
Yeah, they can't do that.
That would end the franchise for them of making any more movies of one to the other, which they can't really do. And in the old films, Mechagodzilla was always the bad guy. So this is going to cause them to team up.
I think, and this is just me like offshooting on the top of my head, is that Kong and Godzilla are going to fight, and they're going to send out Mechagodzilla, and then at the last moment, Kong is going to save Godzilla from Mechagodzilla, and they're going to call it a truce between Kong and Godzilla. That's what just off the top of my head.
It's going to be at the vice versa. At the last second, it'll be Godzilla saving Kong.
Or vice versa, and that's what's they're call a truce between the two. Like a uneasy truce, but I think that's gonna kind of
So I'm really, really excited for this movie to drop. I can't wait to see this hit the deal. And in the world of Marvel, they did make a big announcement the other day that Black Widow will be dropping on Disney Plus for Premiere customers. So if you're not a Premiere customer, you might want to upgrade your account because on the day of release, it will not only be releasing in theaters, but it also will be dropping on Disney Plus. So you can see that there. I want to see this movie just because the father. What was his name in this? He's kind of like the Russian version of Captain America. He is a super soldier.
I know who you're talking. Oh man, yes, and it's played by the same character who played
from Stranger Things. Yes,
from Stranger Things, the sheriff from Stranger Things. Yes.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of this character's name, and I can't think of it. I'm actually have to look up the Black Widow cast.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
Also in Marvel news, Marvel's MODOK new guest stars announced for Hulu series. MODOK is getting has a Hulu series. So.
Yeah, and Robert Downey Jr. will be playing in Black Widow as well. I guess because this does take place post Civil War, pre Infinity War, so this will be taking place during the time that when she is on the run from the law still.
And Taskmaster, who is great villain. A great villain. I want to see Taskmaster on the screen and see if they because Marvel's pretty good about holding true to characters. So if they
Red
do,
Guardian.
Taskmaster is going to be a difficult bad guy for them to overcome. So
Yeah. The character's name that we're thinking of is Red Guardian.
Red Guard, right?
Red Guardian. Alexei Shostakov. Red Guardian. He is the Russian counterpart of Captain America. He is basically a Russian super soldier.
Yeah, because the super soldier serum is what everyone's trying to achieve. That's why they made the Winter Soldiers there, because there's more than one Winter Soldier. That's why Natasha Romanoff got made, because she's almost as old as Cap and them. And then Bruce Banner, Abomination. Those are all offshoots of the Super Soldier Serum and trying to achieve what Captain America, Steve Rogers, got. Because Erskine, who created, obviously he died right after Steve, and he took the formula with him.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's why we get all these offshoots of like terrible, like Red Skull. Super Soldier Serum went bad. Erskine really had something going, and the reason he picked Steve Rogers was because he was a good person.
Yeah.
Not because he was better than anybody else. So it really, Then all these other super soldiers are all just trying to be Steve Rogers, and they can't.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. So I want to see this. I want to see Taskmaster.
Yeah.
Taskmaster is a really, really amazing character that if you're not familiar with the Marvel Universe, Taskmaster is a character who is able to mimic the fighting moves of anybody he comes into contact with.
Easily with no effort. He can fight somebody one time. Yeah. And learn all their moves.
Learn all of their moves. Now, if I remember right, in the comics he was introduced to fight. They brought him in to take care of the X-Men.
I'm not 100% on that.
Yeah, I think that's when he first appeared. They brought him in to take on the X-Men. Because he doesn't take on their any of their abilities, but he's able to take on their fighting styles, and everything. He really, really amazing character, and really excited to see him introduced in the MCU. MODOK, I want to see what this is going to be about. MODOK is a really, really, really cool character who is against. He's a meta human who hates metahumans. Is basically what he is. He is a super who hates supers. So, and his goal is to destroy them all. So he's kind of a contradiction in himself. So those are the things that are in the work with Marvel and DC. Again, and then we've got and they did something came out the other day that was tweeted out from some of the crew on Spider-Man No Way Home. Was they gave them some. Now it has been confirmed that Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield have been on set and been filming for this new movie. But a picture was tweeted out from one of the cast who was on the cast and crew for or one of the crew members that was on the cast and crew for this movie. And a lot of these movies, what they'll do is at the end of it, they'll give them a cast and crew gift, bag, and it's got stuff from the movie or about the movie, or themed around the movie. And one of them was a shirt that said Spider-Man No Way Home and had a Spider-Man on it. But the Spider-Man that was on it was not Tom Holland's Spider-Man. It was Andrew Garfield's spider suit that was on the shirt.
Oh, wow.
So this is, I guess in a way, confirming that they are coming back to play their respective Peter Parkers, which now that means in the MCU, we are now getting in to the Spider-Verse.
And that's fantastic. We need to bring, because then you're going to bring Spider-Gwen, which is it's a fan, Scarlet Spider, the Ultimate Spider. Oh my gosh, there's so
Spider-Man
many.
Noir.
Just Spider-Mans alone. There are fantastic characters.
One I would like to see live action, and you can give me as much shit as you want for this, is Spider-Ham.
You know what? I'm with you, but I want them, if they're gonna bring it on the screen, they need to keep the same voice because he did a phenomenal job.
Yes, I want to see Peter Porker. I want to see Peter Porker Spider-Ham come to the live action screen. I think that will be the greatest thing ever.
I don't think they can make a Spider-Verse actual like live action movie without Peter Porker. He was such a big fan favorite. Well, like I said, along with Spider-Gwen, you know, I'm just waiting for it. But yeah, you're right, because this is what Marvel does. They tease it, they string you along a little bit, they give you little bits, and then they give you the big show.
Exactly. I mean, like how long have they been teasing Howard the Duck?
Howard the Duck.
And he's getting his own movie.
Yes. He was in. Okay, I don't. Spoiler. I mean, if you haven't seen Endgame, and if you haven't seen him, he's in the final battle of Endgame. He is in the fight. You have to look for him. He is there though. Howard the Duck is standing there with the friggin' alien gun or whatever you want to call it, but he comes out of the portals with them.
So they've been teasing Howard for a while.
Oh, and he's been in like the little clips, Guardians of the Galaxy. So they and just like Adam Warlock's another character, they've been teasing forever. Because in the first Guardian of the Galaxy, his pod that his cocoon he comes from is it yes, and then they teased him at the end of Guardians of the Galaxy 2.
Yeah. With a different type of cocoon.
Yeah, with a different type. Yeah, but so they've been teasing him for a while. And they're gonna, he's gonna be one of the characters that they bring. So just like Beta Ray Bill, they're doing. The thing I like about Marvel, they do a lot of fan service. So characters that the fans are like absolutely love that no one else has really understood or heard about.
Yeah.
They bring to the screen and it's fantastic. So I hope they do that with and with Dr. Fate, who's one of my favorite characters from DC. They're starting to do that with DC as well. So
and so speaking of DC, so we were talking about this a little bit last week with the Snyder Cut. And I was saying, Warner Brothers is going to go to Zack and they're going to give him all the money and be like, here, just make it. Here's all the money. Go make these movies. So it was so one of the hashtags that's been going around since Zack Snyder's Justice League came out was hashtag Restore the Snyderverse.
Yeah.
And it actually has made world records. Has been retweeted over 1 million times.
Wow.
So you'd think that would be a wake up call to Warner Brothers, going, okay, here we go. It's time to just do this. Let's do this. Warner Brothers actually made a statement the other day and said that they will not be restoring the Snyderverse.
Yeah. I saw that.
Which it wasn't so much Warner Brothers that gave him the go ahead for Zack Snyder's Justice League. It was HBO Max that gave him the go ahead and gave him the money to make this.
Yeah.
Now, if it's any indication, that's kind of what they said at the same time when the Justice League first came out with the Joss Whedon version, that they had no intention of Zack's version of ever seeing
the light of day. Yeah.
But it shows what the true power of the fans can do. So if this has been an indication that Zack Snyder's Justice League was an indication of what the fans can bring about, no matter what Warner Brothers says, there will be riots in the streets if they don't restore the Snyderverse.
Well, and Zack Snyder has opened a Pandora's box, because even I don't know if you saw, the Russo brothers came out and said, and Russo brothers did Endgame, that they said due to the popularity of Zack Snyder's Justice League, they might be interested in releasing a longer cut of Endgame.
Well, I saw one today.
I saw a meme. I've been seeing memes and stuff. Did you see the Peter Jackson one where he's like, okay.
After the Snyder Cut, Peter Jackson is considering releasing the Jackson uncut version of Lord of the Rings, which is 8.5 days long.
Yes, that is fantastic. That is hilarious.
I was going to send that to you today.
But this is what DC and Marvel can do. They can prod and poke each other to do better and do more. Like, it doesn't have to be like a bad rivalry. It can be a competitive and creative rivalry where they're just pushing each other to do better and do more.
Yeah,
And especially if the fans are backing everything, like, oh my, like, once again, same thing with our streams and our pod. If you don't have anyone backing you, like, there's nothing there. But
no, it's not.
if you have that support, like, there's nothing you can't achieve.
So that, guys, is what's been going on right now in Marvel and DC universes, in the world of comic books and stuff like that. Now, one thing I want to kind of, if you have DC Infinite, which is the app that where you can go online and read the comic books, read the DC library, they actually put out the 1000th issue of Batman, which is a really good read. It came out several months ago. It takes a little while for sometimes for these apps for them to actually get them. But this is an interesting read where they did several different Batman stories in this. The second one, which is my favorite, and I really wanted to kind of go over this in the podcast tonight, is written by Kevin Smith. And it's a really interesting story. So what it is this guy, it's this guy he is talking about, and you really don't see him. You see bits and pieces of him in the storyline, but he is trying to find. He's in Gotham City, and he's trying to find a gift that says this gift is from Gotham City. That it just the gift itself screams, this is from Gotham City. So he meets this guy, and this guy has like weapons and things that villains have dropped or forgot about in their battles with Batman when they got caught, or something like that. Like he's got hammers and stuff like that, whatever. And the guy says, "Well, I told you what I wanted." And he goes, "Oh, well, you said something about guns." So he opens this drawer and he's got all these different guns. He's like, "Well, this is a gun that Joker dropped, fighting Batman. This is the." And he said, "Well, those are all cool." And he's like, "Yeah, but what's this gun right here?" And you find this. He sees this pistol with like the handle wrapped up and everything else. And he says, "Oh, well, you know who the Waynes are, right?" He's like, "Yeah." It was his Waynes. He goes, "Yeah, Thomas and Martha Wayne." He goes, "Oh, you mean the billionaires?" He goes, "Yeah. This is the gun that gunned them down." And he goes, "Really?" He goes, "That's what I want." Well, then you find out that this guy that's been in this guy was actually Bruce in disguise, because he's got it back in the Batcave. And Alfred, he's got it in this little case, and Alfred tells him, he says, having that gun is not going to bring you any peace. Having it in your trophy case is not going to bring you any peace, Master Bruce. And he says, "This is not going in the trophy case." He said, "This gun has caused everything that has happened in my life to this point. Everything." I know, KOP, we're about to be wrapping up here in a minute. We'll do our Q&A real quick Q&A and everything else. I just want to go over this because this was really interesting. It really hit me in the feels. He says, "This gun has caused everything." He said, "But I've been so scared of this gun." He said, "But I'm about to make sure that this gun never hurts anybody else and that it pays for its sins." And he proceeds to melt the gun down and fashions it into a chest plate that he hides inside the bat suit over his heart. Oh. I was like, whoa. And this was written by Kevin Smith, Mr. Clerks, and Mallrats. And I was like, wow. So that was really, so if you get a chance to read Batman 1000th issue, go and read it. It is really, really good read. So real quick, we want to do a real quick Q&A with our chat. So if you've got any questions for me or Rex, go ahead and ask. We'll ask those real quick, get those out of the way, and then we've got to wrap things up.
Yep. At this point, don't have any questions.
I think we really did a good Q&A with Mortimer.
Yeah. So you guys, obviously, if you didn't catch the first part of the stream, please go follow Mortimer Kahn. He's a fantastic guy, fantastic Twitch streamer. He's just all around good. He's done a lot of good for both of our channels, so you guys definitely go check him out.
Yes, really, really, really good. Go check out Mort. Mort is a really, really good guy. He is more than just a really good streamer. He's a really good human being.
Yeah.
If you're somebody who's starting out in streaming, he is there for advice. He has no qualms on telling you, "Hey, try doing this or try doing that." Or, "Hey, man, I'll shout you out. I'll give you some help." He has been a big supporter.
He will shout you out on his streams. I don't have a question, but I do have a comment from tonight's. It was such a good stream tonight, guys. I enjoyed it so much. Me and Nugget both. So thank you very much. We certainly appreciate that.
Yeah, thank you. This is something that Dennis or Recht and I talked about for a while. That Recht and I have talked about for a while, and so we wanted to bring it to you guys. Let you see how we are together. I mean, this is really how we are. I mean, all we do is we talk nerd.
And once again, we would be having these conversations even if we weren't streaming. Yeah, so we might as well just stream them and let you guys enjoy. And we'll be bringing more guests on. Like I said, next week we'll be doing the 1 hour special probably with. We'll probably just keep it 1 hour with Alex Jones. Mortimer Kahn definitely will be back on the stream at some point in time.
We'll be having Queen of Mischief on soon.
Absolutely fantastic.
Yeah, she is a big supporter of mine. Has been since ground zero almost. So we will be having her on. We may be joining her at one point.
Hey,
so she's
awesome.
She's really cool. She's really cool. Y'all guys will love her. So we're gonna sign off, guys. Again, I appreciate everybody coming out and being here and
absolutely.
Again, I want to shout out Queen of Mischief for rating us during that part with that party of 7. I want to thank Mortimer Kahn for coming out. Again, check him out, twitch.tv/Mortimer Kahn. And again, guys, we're 8 away from getting this guy here to affiliate.
I want to thank also Lord Alfred Faulkner for following both of us during the stream. So
yes,
shout him out real quick.
So if you guys are if you're watching my stream and you're not following this guy over here, go follow him. We need to get him close. He's almost there.
8 people.
8 away. So
8.
Apparently, if we get him to 50, I'll get badgered to playing some game that I'm not probably any good at.
Nobody's good at games until you play them. So it'll be a lot of fun. I think eventually you will like it. You won't like it at the start, but maybe eventually you'll like it. So
all right. Well, guys, we want to thank all of y'all for coming out tonight and watching this.
Thank you so much.
Have a good night, and we'll see y'all later.
Stay nerdy.